Welcome, miscellaneous sub-creatures, to a very belated episode of the Maggot Has Nothing Better to Do show.
I just heard! I'm out of the shower! Where is the mangy? Oh, Maggot! You're back! What in the name of the seven anuses of Galopsmorg have you been doing this whole time?
Oh, nothing much. Just chilling in an upper planar labor camp. Nice of you to rescue me so quickly and everything.
What are you talking about? I didn't even try to rescue you. We've just been having one never-ending party since you disappeared. I never realized how easy your daughters were until you finally weren't around to keep them frigid. Now hold on. Before you pull the trigger, I think I should point out that that was a joke.
I know that. I know the sexual appeal you hold in the eyes of most creatures, Frugal. They don't call you Chloroform Willie for nothing.
I prefer to think of it as being innovative.
So besides the traditional livestock orgies that always go on here when I step out for more than 5 minutes, did anything interesting happen while I was gone?
Uncle Evil was on the cover of Time magazine last week. I think it's because they were running a story about keeping your kids safe from sexual predators. The Pain Giver CEO got some sort of STD from a hooker. And, oh yeah, I learned to speak Pig Latin. Now I can say whatever I want to whoever I want, and they'll never know. Just like when I look at you and say, Agate me, ooye, R-A-A-A, illigerant bay unt K.
You do realize that, including certain chimpanzees, you are the last creature in the universe to learn how to speak Pig Latin, and just about the only one in the universe who didn't already understand it.
Ah, did I say Pig Latin? I meant Yiddish. Yes, that was Yiddish for you are my best friend.
That is probably the most polite and benevolent thing you have ever said to me in the entirety of our relationship. I almost feel like I should shoot you just on principle for whatever it is you're hiding.
It's simply that I just realized that most of the time when I annoy you, you shoot me in the groin. And that's when you're in your equivalent of a good mood. I don't think even my own decadent imagination could fathom what you might put me through after 2 months stuck in the upper plains. With all those angels who are always wearing those freaking robes that are so revealing and flimsy, and yet if you even touch them, they totally freak out. I mean, it was just a little tug, and I only saw her boobs for a second, and yet everybody looks at you like you're some sort of freaking demon. Yes, I know, I am technically a demon, but that doesn't mean they have to draw attention to it.
Well, so much for the heaven and the dead theory.
The what?
The theory that angels and corpses beyond a certain age were at least moderately discriminated against in your attempts to gratify yourself sexually. Apparently they're not.
I prefer to call it being morally interpretive.
That might be true if your interpretation was ever anything different, but no matter what, your sense of ethics seems to be limited to, if it makes me orgasm, it's good.
That is such a narrow generalization, Maggot.
Name one exception.
Well, I don't imagine I'd like it too much if you or Uncle Evil made me orgasm.
I am humbled by your sense of discernment, and vastly relieved by its results.
Don't get me wrong, you fit most of the qualifications. You know, you're moderately warm and you don't have spikes. It's just that as far as I know, Magatonians generally make people orgasm via electrical current.
Ironic that you would be accusing us of that, considering who your last girlfriend was.
Exactly. That's when I realized I didn't like it. It took me like 3 months to finally break up with her. I had no idea succubuses could be so clingy.
Well, girls have this odd tendency to get attached to men who treat them like crap.
I never once treated her like crap. I treated her the way she deserved, as nothing more than an unthinking sex object put in this universe to cater to my every vile and unholy desire, then be discarded like the unwanted and defective possession she is.
It's a small wonder we get so many feminists putting hits out on you, Frugal. And here I thought it was just because of your tendency to dress up as a nun when you're whoring yourself.
Don't think of it as whoring. Think of it as having blasphemous sex for money.
Keep it up. You're making the upper plains seem less and less horrible.
Maggot, don't even go there. Don't talk like that. I'm serious.
Whatever. So did anybody besides me decide to use the hiatus to actually produce some content rather than just sit in my office and bugger cows?
What do you think, Maggot?
What can I say? I let my rampant optimism get the best of me.
Yeah, I guess the upper plains will do that. Are you gonna need rehab?
Shut up. Well, since we're back on the air, let's flip to the game review section of the Clag-Brazingi Press. There's a review here on Emperor Battle for Dune by Westwood Studios. And, at a cursory glance, it contains both the words penis and wormjism within the first 2 sentences.
Read it anyway. Not like we have anything else to do.
Well, it's basically comparing the Shai Halud to giant man-eating penises. He also seems to have some very interesting theories about where the spice comes from.
Does it say anything about the game?
What do you think?
Gotcha. I wonder if he's even played it.
Who knows? Now he's going on about the possibilities of spice-based body lotion.
I swear, I could write these reviews and they'd be exactly the same thing. And yet he probably gets paid 10 times as much as I do.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he gets paid dick.
Really? I knew that's how they paid Uncle Evil, but I thought officially they were supposed to say...
Figuratively speaking, Frugal.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
You're listening to the Maggott Show. And baby Jesus has long since stopped crying and has instead purchased a gun!
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, Cletus, pass the pecani sauce, would ya? There you go. Hey, this ain't Ray's Max pecani sauce. What's the difference? Ray's Max pecani sauce is made in down-home Cirrus 9 with 15 patented genetically perfected herbs and spices. This stuff was made in Clag Brazingi. Clag Brazingi?
Get a priest. And now, back to our program.
Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome back. It's time for another game of Guess the Context. You all know the rules. I play a sound clip, you call in and guess what was going on when it was said. This time we have a quote from Uncle Evil. Everyone listen carefully.
Don't worry. It's not illegal until I'm finished.
What the... Maggot, you promised!
Hey, remember, Frugal, you can't guess 'cause you were there.
I can never trust you again.
Let's just say I found a certain beer can while I was wandering around heaven.
Oh God?
Not even he can save you from the world of pain you are about to be born into. Consider this the moment of conception. First caller, what do you think was going on when Uncle Evil said, "It's not illegal till I'm finished"?
Hello, Maggot. I know that as a participant I'm not technically allowed to guess, right?
Right.
But if I recreate the event, it's not technically guessing, is it?
This is going to suck, isn't it?
I'll go get the walnuts.
Well, folks, that's it for this time. Tune in next week or I'll share some of the talks I was forced to memorize on the upper plains. Ta!